Good day. Let's meet in a hero's pose. The back of your mat. Long spine. Sits bones rest on heels. Resting your hands on your thighs. Soften your eyes closed. Checking in with your breath. Feel your breath. Tuning in. Keeping that deep breath. Set your intention now. Shout out gratitude. And blink your eyes open. In our first pose, traditional child's pose, bring your knees to touch. Round your spine, over your hips, over your thighs rather. Hinging at your hips. Resting your forehead on the mat. Hands by your feet, palms face up. Allow your shoulders to soften, melting over your thighs. Coming into some spinal flexion, or rounding of the spine. A couple more breaths here with intention. And bring your hands beneath your shoulders. Slowly push yourself up. Take your time. Shift your hips forward to neutral table. Little cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, cat. Round it out. Inhale, cow pose. Open up. Exhale, cat. Round it out. Take two more on your own breath. Adding any organic movement here with your hips, with your spine, or neck, or feet, or wrists. One more inhale. Exhale to a neutral spine, keeping your knees where they are. Walk your hands out for puppy pose onto your forearms, forehead. You can take it a little deeper to your chin or sternum. Couple breaths here. Slowly pushing yourself up and back to a neutral table. Inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Round it out. Inhale, cow, gaze up. Exhale to a neutral spine. Let's get some twisting in. Inhale, right arm high. Stay for a breath and roll out that wrist. Both directions with the wrist. One more full breath in. Exhale, thread the needle. Right arm under and across, resting on your right temple. Breathe. Option to extend your left arm out towards the corner of your mat. You could tent your fingers. You could wrap up for a bind if that's calling. Take two more breaths into your spine. Keeping that depth when twisting. And bring your left hand back beneath your shoulder. On your next inhale, right arm reaches back up. Exhale, ground your right hand. Take the other side. Inhale, left arm high. Stay for a breath. Roll the wrist. Both directions. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm under. Resting left temple. Any variation with that right arm. Whatever you took on the first side. Couple breaths here. That same deep Ujjayi breath. Try to make it audible. Last one like that. Bring your right hand back beneath your shoulder. Inhale your left arm, reach up. Exhale, ground your left hand. Inhale, cow, tuck your toes. Exhale, cat, round it out. Inhale, gaze up, toes tucked. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Couple breaths here, walk out your dog. Shift your weight side to side, give your head a gentle shake. Breath in, breath out. 2 more breaths like that. Keep your hips high and your core engaged. 1 more breath. And walk your hands to the back of your mat to meet your feet. Feet hips width. Inhale, halfway lift, grab your elbows. Exhale, ragdoll pose, let it go. Option for a gentle sway or a little bob up and down, staying soft in your knees as well as your neck. Let it go. Head heavy, the full weight hangs. Decompression. Couple more breaths here. Option for gorilla pose, Padahastasana. Option for Padagustasana, peace sign, fingers to your big toes. Just option to deepen that decompression. 1 more breath. And release your bind. Inhale, halfway lift, interlace hands behind your lower back. Exhale, forward fold, chest open. Option for a little sway. Stay with your breath. Stay soft in your knees, your neck. Last breath. And release your bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, gaze to navel. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 breath here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, cactus out, open up, lift your heart. Inhale, reach high, bind your left wrist. Exhale, lean to the right, fully outreach. Inhale, back to center, switch it, extend. Exhale to the left, reach. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more sun A. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, fully out. 1 breath. Exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, cactus open. Inhale, reach high, left wrist bind. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back to center, switch. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, swan dive all the way, soft knees. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, crawl forward to plank. here. And drop to your knees. Shift your hips back to child's pose. Knees wide. Arms out long. Right away. Hands out to the right side of your mat. Stretching that left side body. Some more lateral movement. Just a few breaths here. Inch your fingers, couple more inches. And lean back into your left hip. Left sit. Lean out through that left side body, your ribs. Lean into that expansion. Breathe. And slowly back to center. No rush. Take the left side, arms far left, as far as they go. Just a couple inches past that comfort zone. You want to feel that resistance right side. Lean back right hip. Push out right rib. Lean. Breathe. One more full breath here. And slowly back to center. Shift your hips forward. Getting into some hips. Let's take the left side first. Left knee shift forward for half pigeon pose. Make the adjustments. Again, there's no rush. Find an angle in that front leg that works for you. Doesn't need to be 90 degrees or anything close to it. But you should feel that same resistance. That's what we're going for in that IT band. Soften the right hip flexor. Option to take a little bend. Gaze up, last breath. And exhale, keeping that length all the way down to sleeping pigeon. Could be your forearms. Could use your hands as a pillow for your chin or forehead. Any little micro adjustments here, getting settled. And dropping in. Just your breath right now. Especially if this is a more challenging pose for you. You want to stay with that deep breath, the full inhales and the full exhales as well. And as you breathe, you can energetically send that breath towards any tension, soreness that you're feeling. Scanning your body. And again, letting go any clenching, resist or avoid any resistance. Just a few more deep breaths. The opportunity to feel the emotions that arise, not just the physical sensation. We store stress in the body, it's in the tissue, even generational stuff, it's in the bones, it's in our DNA. Practice can bring these things to the surface. So again, take that opportunity to feel all that arises. Last breath. Slowly pushing yourself up. Tuck your back toes. Shift the weight off of your front knee back to table. Roll out the left hip a couple times in both directions. Couple leg extensions out long. And reground your left knee. Shift your right knee forward, half pigeon. Any adjustments? Settling in. See if you can soften any of that clenching before we drop down to sleeping pigeon. That left hip flexor, let it go. Right IT, glute, let it go. Option for a little bend. Last breath. And release all the way down. Sleeping pigeon, keep that length. Forearms, hands, all good. Notice right away that difference from left to right. If the mind wanders, come back to your breath. Using your breath as an anchor of presence. And as we become aware of our breath on our mat, we begin to become more aware of our breath off the mat. Tremendous power in breath. Maintaining that depth in breath, getting the full inhales, the full exhales. At least a 5-second depth on both the in and the out. That keeps us in the parasympathetic, rest and recovery. A couple more deep breaths. Feel. When you're ready, slow, push yourself up, tuck your back toes, shift the weight back to table, and roll that right hip out. Couple times in both directions. Couple leg extensions out long. And we'll meet on our backs. However you'd like to transition. If you'd like to grab a sip of water or towel off. Anything you need. We'll meet on our backs. Feet flat, knees bent. Let's get some front side body in bridge pose. Feet flat, knees bent. Lift your hips. You could either keep your hands on the mat, palms down, or option to interlace your fingers behind your lower back, stacking your shoulder blades a little closer together. here for a few breaths. See if you can maintain that deep breath. Pushing down through your feet, lift your hips a little higher. One more full breath, squeeze tight glutes, thighs, and release down, release your spine. Knees cave in to touch. Couple breaths here, just check in with your heart. We'll take that for a second round. You could skip that and meet in Supta Baddha Konasana with your knees out wide. If you'd like to take another bridge, go for it. If full wheel is in your practice, option for full wheel, that's the biggest bend there is. The opposite of sitting. The second round, take it on your own. However you like, just remember to breathe. Again, Supta Baddha is an option if you'd like to skip both. We'll all meet there. Again, stay as long as you'd like. Keeping that presence, especially in full wheel if you're there. And we'll all meet on our backs, Supta Baddha, feet to touch, knees out wide, one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart. Soften your groin right away, big hip opener. Feel the beat of your heart. And feel the rhythm of your breath. Just witness. Coming back to your intention. Mentally repeat it. And bring your hands outside your thighs. Gently bring your knees into touch. Pull your knees into your chest. We'll finish with a supine twist. Left leg long, right knee squeeze tight. Little tighter towards your armpit. And take your twist. Right knee across your body. Scoot your hips, your shoulders, however you need. Any props or modifications. Settling into the twist. Soften your hips, your glutes, especially that bottom side. Left hip, left glute, let go. Disengage your core. Softening the whole spine. Allow your shoulders to melt. Surrender pose. Let it go. Gently coming out of your twist. Recenter. Pull your knees into your chest. Right leg long. Left knee squeeze tight. Little tighter. And take your twist. Any adjustments you need. From your hips all the way up through your heart, softening. Relax your throat, your jaw. Relax the tiny muscles in your face, your eyes. A few more deep breaths into your spine, toning the spine, bringing equilibrium to our nervous system. Slowly coming out of the twist. One round of windshield wipers just to seal it off. Knees side to side, a few times on each side. And when you feel ready, pull your knees into your chest. Last squeeze, wrap up tight, big hug. Flex both of your feet, squeeze. Pull your forehead up to your knees, squeeze. A little tighter. And release, Shavasana. Take up all the space you need. Any little adjustments you'd like. Last little wiggles, getting settled. Finding stillness together. Back to your breath and adding some small movement to your fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. Gently rock your head. When you're ready, full body stretch, arms reach overhead, point your toes, reach. And rolling right side, fetal pose. Back to that intention. Keeping that with you. When you're ready, slowly up to Sukhasana, comfortable seat. Hands to heart center. Full breath in together. Open mouth, exhale. One more like that, fully in. Empty out. Hands to third eye. We bow. Namaste. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Share the love.